National Security Council Progress Report that the U.S. will continue the deployment of a small number of U.S. military advisors to assist regional forces of countries fighting the atrocities committed by Joseph Kony and the Lord's Resistance Army. Please describe the goals and the status of U.S. efforts to counter the LRA and remove their operational capacity of the LRA leadership, and how is this success being gauged? Also, if you could describe the relationship between private and U.S.-funded efforts to establish local cell phone and radio-based monitoring and alert systems for LRA-affected communities. What happens to non-leadership LRA defectors, both with regards to their intelligence value and the psychosocial needs and the capacity to be integrated, if at all possible, into their home communities? And finally, how frequent have defections been since the initiation of the current program of U.S. efforts to counter the Lord's Resistance Army? Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Ambassador.
First is the goals and objectives of the teams, and I defer to Amanda Dory to give explanations as well, is to build interoperability and build up the training programs of the 4 countries that are involved against the LRA. Right now, the goals and objectives are really fourfold in order to isolate Kony and his the other leaders, to support and assist those who are leaving, also to help with rehabilitation and reconciliation efforts. One of the things that has been proven very effective is what you just said, Madam Chairman, and that is the cell phones. Not so much high tech, but basic good work. The USAID has provided about $100,000 to $200,000 worth of cell phone towers. And when it does it, it helps alert communities when LRA groups are in the area. The other thing, too, is on the number of defections. We've been working with the countries to do these encourage defections, but also reconciliation and rehabilitation. As you know, in the beginning, about 1.8 million to 2 million were displaced in Uganda. We are up to about 385,000 in the Congo and neighboring areas. The Ugandans, for instance, themselves have spent about 50 million in just this reconciliation. We are doing the same in those areas. I think the success rates is good. The issue is that it's only a matter of time. And I think that's, and we also want to thank you, Madam Chairman, and this committee for the support on the counter-LRA legislation and programs.
Thank you very much. Ms. Dory?
To amplify Ambassador Yamamoto's, am I on? To amplify Ambassador Yamamoto's comments, the DoD deployment is in support of the broader counter-LRA strategy that's a comprehensive one across the U.S. government. The first leg of that is focused on civilian protection. The second, as he's referred to already, is on the acquiring defections and reintegrating LRA detainees back into society. A third leg is providing humanitarian access. And then the fourth, and this is where DoD is at the forefront, is working to support the removal of Joseph Kony and key leaders from the LRA from the battlefield. So the advisory mission that DoD is engaged in is really working with and through the local militaries, 4 different military partners in the region. We have a variety of metrics of success and benchmarks that we're using looking across the strategy. It includes looking at the ability to provide humanitarian goods, so the level of our access over time. It includes looking at the number of defections over time, the captures, excuse me, number of captures from the battlefield. From a DoD perspective, some of the metrics that are important to us, the building of trust and relationships with each of the partner militaries, the access that is provided. Things that we focus on are the reducing the amount of time from information that's garnered, whether through defections or other means, to actionable intelligence for use by the tracking teams, the Ugandan forces in particular. and looking at how we shrink the time between the intelligence and information to actual operations conducted. So that's a key metric as far as we're concerned.
Thank you very much. Thank you, and please keep the pressure up. Thank you.